And one of the really cute little things that I read was like, when people feel like they're going through a midlife crisis, it's because their higher self, which would be the numbers associated with their birth date, are out of line with the numbers that they have been living their life by for their name. So if you're not living your life by both numbers, then you'll become out of balance, hence midlife crisis.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was funny. I want to like go to all of the people that I know that are older than me that are like, I went through a midlife crisis, and like look up their numerology and be like, probably. Hi everyone, I'm Liv. I was gonna say M.
Hi, I'm M.
Okay, let's try it again.
Hi, I'm M.
And I'm Liv, and we're your Meta PsycKicks. Today, we're going to be talking about numerology. Because if you are new to our channel, this is M, I'm Liv, and we're psychic mediums.
What?
What? We don't know anything about numerology, and it's been a while since we've done like a,
numerology goes into tarot. That's
Yes.
how I learned tarot, is by the numbers on the cards.
Well, I mean, I'm going to get into that when we learn about numerology.
I don't know if it's going to be the same meanings, because you said there's multiple kinds of numerology, so.
Yes, there are different types of numerology. However, it's been a while since we've done like an educational video where we teach you things that maybe you don't know, that are already things that people know.
Learning about haunted dolls is an educational.
I mean, I guess it is, but I would think that's more entertainment than like learning something. I mean, you're learning something, but it's not like as structured or whatever. I don't know. So
you think this is structured?
You might be able to tell the future, huh?
Uh-huh.
So, there are 4 types of numerology. There's Chaldean, Kabbalah, Tamil, and then something that's called Western Numerology, a.k.a. Pythagorean Numerology. Yes, like Pythagorean theorem, same dude dove into numerology as well. He wasn't just into triangles, he was into other things. Anyways, since there are 4 different types of numerology, each of them being slightly different from the other one, I decided to cover one of them. And if you guys want to do any of the other 3, let me know in the comments below, and that'll be the next numerology video that we cover. However, going into Chaldean Numerology. So, one of the reasons I wanted to cover Chaldean Numerology above the other ones is that it is quote-unquote the oldest things, or the oldest, I don't know, understanding of numerology, derivation, whatever.
Okay.
So I thought it was important. But you guys are probably like, what is numerology? I have no idea what this crazy redhead with freaking cold shoulders is doing. So let me tell you what it's defined as words. There is 2 definitions that I found. One of them is kind of normal, and then the other one I thought whoever wrote it really put some stank on it, and there might be like slightly some hate in their heart. So the first one is the study of numbers as the figures designating the year of one's birth to determine the supposed influence on one's life, future, etc. Now the silly one, I think is funny. It was defined as the branch of knowledge that deals with the occult significance of numbers. I just thought it was funny that they used the word occult, because when you think of, when I think of occult, I think of like an actual cult. But it's O-C-C-U-L-T. I know you don't like when I spell it you. Anyways, some other people might like it. But occult just means supernatural, mystical, magical powers or phenomena. So, opinions differ. However, many numerologists, or at least modern day numerologists, believe that the practices and principles of numerology can be traced back to at least 500 BC. And this is when the Greek mathematician and philosopher Pythagoras began expanding upon his own theory that he discovered with a relationship existing between numbers and music notes. However, Chaldean numerology predates Pythagorean numerology, and Pythagoras was in Greece. However, Chaldean numerology originates from the Middle East by like Mesopotamia and Babylon. So the Chaldean people were like, numbers are important. They help people understand who they are and what their life's purpose is. And then Pythagorean was doing something in Greece and was like, cool beans, I like numbers and philosophy and listening to music. This could be a cool whatever. I don't know. You want to talk to Pythagoras? I feel like he doesn't talk. Anyways, I feel like he's like you.
He talks in clear thoughts.
Chaldean Numerology is the oldest of the numerology ideas. And unlike the Western system, which is Pythagorean Numerology, where the alphabet determines the calculations of your numbers, Chaldean is based on the vibrations each letter used in your name emits. Because the Chaldean people believed that the universe is built on vibrations that exist on different frequencies, and that each person has a destiny that is strictly unavoidable.
So numbers in this numerology mean things, right?
Yes.
What do the letters mean? Are they equated to a number?
Yes.
Okay.
Letters are equated to numbers based on the vibrational frequency that each letter emits.
Okay, hold on. Need to... The sun's gonna move across the window, so it's gonna be a pain. But we'll see how it goes.
The overarching theme within all of our videos as mediums is that Em and I, as mediums, talk to energy. And the reason we can talk to energy is because souls or spiritual beings are just energy that exists at a certain frequency, because everything within our world exists at a certain frequency energetically, which dictates its state of matter. So everything in our physical world exists at a certain frequency, and everything in our metaphysical world exists at different frequencies. So I think Chaldean Numerology would be cool for us to cover because it kind of goes with us. However, the thing that I don't agree with is that everybody has a set destiny. But Em, I think, believes in that, so I wanted to play devil's advocate and do something fun with it.
To an extent.
To an extent. Well, then that's the other thing, because in Chaldean Numerology, not only do they associate numbers with the vibrations each letter of your name emit, however, they also, unlike Pythagorean Numerology, when you're trying to calculate your numbers based off of your name, Chaldean Numerology says use whatever name that you prefer to use, that you identify with. However, Pythagorean Numerology says you can only calculate your numerology if you use your given name.
So that would mean if you had a nickname, or if you like have a dead name and then you changed your name.
Yeah.
But you're saying that with this numerology that they're saying everything is like predetermined, right?
Yeah.
And you're confused because they're associating it with their given name, and then they like either change their name or are associated with a nickname, right?
Yes.
They're destined to have that nickname or name, which is why it's all predetermined.
I know, and that's why it freaks me out.
Well.
Because literally one of the things about Chaldean Numerology, like I said, against Pythagorean, is they take into account that your name can change.
Yes.
Whether it's because you have a dead name, or if you have a nickname that you go by predominantly versus your normal name, or if you get married and change your name. I'm like, then it's not set in stone, right? Because things are changing. And Em's like, but it's supposed to change. Like, that is what it's supposed to be. Which is freaking blowing my mind, but we're gonna move on because that's just a mind bender in and of itself. And one of the reasons that I like Chaldean Numerology over Pythagorean, because it's fun. Anyways, this is considered the most accurate form of numerology. The calculations are heavily dependent on, like we said, the name you are most known by and your birthday. Now, when we're calculating numbers for your numerology, your name, your first, middle, and last name are supposed to go into it if you have a middle name. If you don't, that's fine. You would use the letters or the numbers associated with each letter in your name, first, middle, and last, to get your numbers. However, I just want you to understand that when you're doing Chaldean Numerology, your name is associated with your physical body. So whatever numbers you get from your name are going to be representative of the characteristics your physical body and your physical personality portray, either inwardly to you or outwardly to other, but most importantly outwardly, and how it will affect your world or you within the world. However, your birth date, the number that you get from the day of the month in which you were born, so like M's is the 26th, mine is the 24th. This number is going to be, I think M said it's called your life number.
Yeah, that's what people know it by.
but I saw it as your compass number or your compound number, unless you were born on a day that is not compounded.
Okay.
Anyways, so the birth date number, whether it is singular or compounded, is not related to your physical body. It is related to your spiritual body. So this is supposed to be your higher self number, life number, whatever you want to call it, but it's related to your soul's purpose within life.
So is it just the day that you're born on, or is it a mathematical equation of your entire birth date?
According to Chaldean Numerology, as far as my studies of last night go, it is just the day in which you were born. For single numbers, because the Chaldean Numerology is broken down into two different ones. So you have single numbers and then you have compound numbers. Single numbers are 1 through 8. The Chaldean Numerologists only pay attention 1 through 8 because number 9 is sacred. For whatever reason, if you have your name or your life's path be a number 9, you are like the grand poobah. You are sacred, you are holy, you are spiritual, everything in your world is golden light. Now, compound numbers. Compound numbers only in Chaldean Numerology go from 10 to 52. There are no numbers above 52 because the Chaldean said there are 52 weeks in a year. There's no need to go higher than 52. Deal with it. So 1 through 8 for single, and then 10 through 52 on compound or double digit numbers. Zeros, I don't really know how they come into play. If you know, let me know if there's something special about them, but there isn't really a 0. So
They're saying it doesn't matter because it's not a date. I'm sorry, this weird man that's telling me that.
I am glad that you feel like there's a man in here too. So the people are like, we only need weeks 1 through 52 because that's it. No matter the numerology derivation, all numbers or the numbers have the same meaning. However, in Chaldean Numerology, single numbers for a person are their outward characteristics, but compound or double numbers are the deeper metaphysical forces behind ourselves. And the date of birth is extremely important because it is unchangeable, unlike your name. So that's why they equate it to like your compass, because it's always pointing you in the right direction. And one of the really cute little things that I read was like, when people feel like they're going through a midlife crisis, it's because their higher self, which would be the numbers associated with their birth date, are out of line with the numbers that they have been living their life by for their name. So if you're not living your life by both numbers, then you'll become out of balance, hence midlife crisis.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was funny. I want to like go to all of the people that I know that are older than me that are like, I went through a midlife crisis, and like look up their numerology and be like, probably. All right, so one of the cool things about numerology that I learned is that, especially with Chaldean Numerology, if you have a business or you're like a super pop star like Lady Gaga or something, because I'm quite sure if Lady Gaga saw this, she would be like, you guys are cool, do my reading. I'd be like, thank you, Lady Gaga, I will. The name that you call yourself is very important, which we've already expressed. However, if you're like Gemini and have a business or like Lady Gaga, then you don't use your real name, you use like a cool nickname. And these cool nicknames that you use in your businesses or career could influence how successful that business or career endeavor is.
So are you doing Meta PsycKicks?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're also going to do our nicknames because my name is not Liv and your name is not M. However, that's what we do.
I don't primarily go by M.
That is how we're gonna do this.
I go by M solely because Liv thinks I need an alter ego on the internet.
Well, yeah, that's what all the cool peoples do.
Or something.
Lady Gaga does it. So when you do your names, each letter is associated with a number. Now, once you get a number for your first name, if it is a compound number, then you're gonna take those two numbers and then add them together. So if my name, Liv, is the numbers 3, 1, and 6. So L-I-V. Those create the number 10. However, 10 is a number in and of itself, but if you do 1 plus 0, then you get 1. So depending on how I want to interpret my name, they're telling me that I should do 1 and not 10, but I did 10. So oh, well, let me see what I put down for 10. Because
do you have 1?
I don't know if we had 1 as a number in any of our things, but I can find it. Give me 1 second. All right, so number 1 is considered to be an extremely powerful number that makes a person commanding and self-reliant. So if my number is 1, because 1 plus 0 is 1.
It's because that's what you need. That's why they told you to use that number. And that's why it's your nickname. I'm sorry, this man is telling me.
I'm glad that there's a man here to roast me like a piece of corn.
Who was the man that you were talking about?
I don't know. He like, I don't really see him. I feel like he's more of a spiritual person, but he's here to help with numerology.
So it's not the guy that created it or something?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Because I'm just getting thoughts from him.
Yeah, he's weird.
Well, I mean, it makes sense to me. That's why it's really easy for me to talk to him.
I think it's like an overarching theme of every time we cover something new that we don't know, someone comes in to explain it to our dumb ass. Anyways, but if it was the number 10 is also equally as cool, and it says the compound number 10 is considered to be a favorable number. Number 10 person has a high likelihood of achieving name and honor in life, and it symbolizes as the Wheel of Fortune, a.k.a. tarot.
Like, he's telling me the 10 is what you are now, but you're going to be a 1.
Confident and self-reliable?
Yes, because the 10 is the change, because the Wheel of Fortune deals with change, but it's the universe changing things for you.
Well, 10 and 1 are similar because it says it is a number of honor, of faith, and self-confidence. It's a rise and fall, and one's name will be known for good or evil according to their desires. It is a fortunate number in the sense that one's plans are likely to be carried out. So I would like to, in my self-righteous Leo bleeding heart nature, think that I would like to be the good aspect of that. However, the universe likes balance, so I'm sure that there's someone that has a 10 and they're, I don't know, an evil villain. Put like a clap of thunder in here and then like,
Perfect.
Yes, excellent. Oh, but first I gotta do a few errands.
Anyways, okay, so for M, your number is the sacred number 9.
Oh, God. Of course it is.
You're welcome. So, yeah, I literally wrote in here, number 9 is omitted due to its sacredness. If your name totals 9, cool. That's my notes on it. You're welcome. Now, if we do Meta PsycKicks, I'm not entirely sure.
Well, what does 9 mean? I know that you said it's omitted.
It's just sacred.
Things.
It's like a God number. Like Jesus would be a 9. That's how I think of it. And when they show me the number 9, they show me gold.
He's telling me that I'm like a ball of clay. I have a lot of potential, but it's how I mold it together. And he's saying that because it's M, it's what is being given to me with our business. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I have the clay and I have the potential to make it into anything that I want.
You're telling me clay, and I literally just want to ask you if you're clay or Play-Doh, because depending on which one you want to be, Play-Doh is salty and I will lick you.
No.
Clay, my horses like to eat because it has nutrients. And I did Meta PsycKicks. So it's interesting because when we first started our business, I thought we were going to spell it Meta PsycKicks 1 word, but you spell it 2 words. So if it's a first and then a last name, then we can do it differently. But if it's just one name, then we can do it differently as well. I reduced the numbers of Meta because Meta comes out to 14 and then PsycKicks comes out to 8. So number 5 for Meta, if we were doing a first and last name, the number 5 people are freedom lovers, someone who is born to travel, and they also have a creative side to them. And then number 8, it says the number 8 individuals are highly determined, ambitious, and money-minded. So we're gonna travel and make money, like hippies with freedom and love.
What is it together? He's saying like that's what you think is going to happen. However, it is bigger than that.
Oh no, you're right, it is 40. So 4 plus 0 is 4. Among all other numbers, number 4 individuals are most disciplined people. We are not disciplined.
Yeah, he's telling me it's not discipline, it's stability. We are we are going to impact people by being a stable, safe place for them. Does that make sense?
While creating stability in our own lives.
Yeah, because he showed me table.
I see table.
Yeah.
It's a wooden table.
4 legs on a table. Yeah. So it's not disciplined. The discipline makes stability. So that's why it is stability.
Yeah. So in our podcast, we're going to talk about all of this and way more. Like, I'll go through the entire list of what all of the letters mean for numbers, because it's pretty short and simple, because you only got 8 numbers to choose from with all 23 letters of the alphabet. So it's pretty cool. And we're going to go through what our actual full names are, not just our, what is it?
Our alter egos on the internet.
Alter egos, our occult egos.
Well, if you guys are interested in our next video, we're going to be covering the Amityville Horror House.
Wait, am I supposed to be researching that one? Because I don't want to talk to the scary things in it.
That's what you told me.
Man. I just want to do the research and I don't want to talk to the scary things.
Well, that sucks for you. If you guys are interested in that, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
We are your Meta PsycKicks. And I'm just going to put our beautiful patrons, patrones, sidekicks,
towels
on the screen. And if you're interested in Patreon, the link is in the description. Also, we do readings. If you want a reading, go for it. If you don't, that's fine too. We don't care. We're here for you. We hope you have a good week. Did you drink some water? I don't know. People think drinking water is important, and it's like a
illegal
caring
on other
tip.
planets.